Go one more RTG. 3. So close. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Astroneer episode 37, where we've been working on Calidor pretty diligently, getting ourselves a little base set up where we started with nothing, because we had never visited here in all of our journeys. We just have stuff just laying all over the place. Oh, I loathe it so much. Debris just laying all over. It's so yucky, but so many bases of ours ended up like this. We're going to have to spend some time actually making a nice base. But I don't see a lot of wreckage on the surface of this planet for which to requisition the materials we need, so we'll just have to keep that in mind moving forward. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and get our landing pad established. A little bit of a long way to do it, but this will enable us to get our shuttle over here quickly and easily without having to do the janky thing of like picking it up and carrying it. As if that's even a real thing. But it is. I mean, it is in Astroneer world, but we're happy not to be able to have to do that, as we have plenty of hydrazine we can afford to take off, enter the orbit, and then re-land on our pad. I do like the sort of rolling sands of this desert planet. It is pretty nifty. We haven't really got to travel the surface of the planet much, although we can see there are these cacti biomes and some hostile plants for certain. I don't really want to get over there and play with those. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to blast off the shuttle here. Hello, and then we'll visit our landing pad right next to the gateway, right there. Probably even have to put a beacon down or something here just to be sure. Why not? Boom, coming in for a landing. Bloop. I don't know if this is where we're going to leave the rocket. No! No! Oh! Oh, fat finger. Hit the wrong button for certain. No, let me back up. Quick, quick, quick. Land! I do not want to have to wait for an entire another rotation. But we are just draining that hydrazine. I mean, we still have plenty to get back. And once we activate the gateway on this planet, we can just teleport back, but we're going to make sure we hit the right button this time. Thank you much. Thank you, thank you. Now, plastic, silicone, and what's the other plastic? Oh, that's right. We've been kicking it around over here. But what we don't have is a large printer yet, so we'll need one of those. So I think we'll start with, I mean, a large platform A is only 2 resin, which we can do right now. We've had this discussion before. I can't justify making a large platform A when a large platform B is so easy. Do we want to... You know what? I don't think we want to use that yet. Let's stand by on that, shall we? Because we still have the resin fields and the compound fields over here. Which, let's see, if we're looking for a nice place for a base, that mountain sort of fits the bill, doesn't it? I think it does. This area over here is a quarry, although we could sort of build on top of it if we really needed to. It's already kind of flat, meeting up with the gateway there, because we're going to want to have this gateway active as we work our way down into the core. Let's go with the large platform B, thank you very much. Alright, now we'll go get some compound from over here as we prepare for the long night of Calidor. Lots of ammonium on the surface of this planet. I like that. Especially with hydrogen in the atmosphere, we'll have no problem restocking our hydrazine here. No problem at all. Not more resin. How could you do that to me? Take it for granted that the compound will last forever, and then it surely won't. Just a little bit more. I think that's probably good. This planet's kind of neat. I do like this planet. It's got these neat little sandy caves and all this nonsense. Let's just unpack this here. All of this stuff is temporary. We're going to have to move it around. Nope, actually that was a foolish thing to do. So we're going to have a place to print further for our large printer. Thank you. Let's go ahead and top off the soil centrifuge here. See no reason not to. All right. Things are actually going well. Let's see, 2 silicone, 1, 2 plastic. And once we get this large printer set up, we will begin to make our habitat, which I know is not necessary. It's not absolutely necessary. We have an oxygenator, we have power, but I mean, if really we only do things when they're necessary, then there's a lot that we would never do in this game. And frankly, I would like a habitat here. I do not want to be dependent on the rocket in this location for a respawn to be available. And in fact, that's the best reason to make a habitat, is to be able to force a respawn at another location. So in many ways... Ooh, now I'm thinking maybe we want the habitat to be underground. No, because once the gateway and the core are connected, then really it's not going to matter. Yeah, then it won't matter. Okay, so let's figure out where we want our base to be. I think we'll need our alignment tool for this, which should be right here. So let's just get rid of drill mod 3 for now. Alignment tool, thank you. Alright, and then we'll measure how many RTGs it takes exactly to activate this gateway, because we'll be so incredibly close. Ooh. Already using up all that soil. Let's get some more. Look at all that ammonium out there. There really is a lot, isn't there? Oh. There's some scrap to shred and some power cells. I wonder, now something I wanted to experiment with is whether or not we can blow up this detritus with TNT and turn it into smaller scrap salvageable pieces. So we're going to be experimenting with the explosive powder and the dynamite that we can make from the sulfur on this planet. I don't know how I feel about those little bits. Those little squirrely bits. No, 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 no. Make them go away, please. Oh, you can sort of see the terrain underneath this thing. Oh yeah, it's like a little depression. It goes down into the earth. Interesting. I think that's plenty of room. If it's not, we'll quickly find out that it isn't. Oh, look. We do not have enough power with only one RTG to keep all of this running, so that means we need to get another RTG going, because I'm not going to be sitting here fighting with limited power. Not when we have 5 RTGs sitting on our shuttle. Oh, it's such a big... Wow, so shipping a shelter is actually a pretty monumental task. Luckily, we don't have to do the awkward carry very far. And this should be a good location. So let's go ahead and... Ugh. Did I leave my oxygenator on? I feel like I did. Let's go ahead and unpack it. We'll just see what happens here. Excellent! And now we have the beginnings of a base. Wonderful. Sort of right next to the... did I want to do it that close to... Well... What's done is done, as they say. The long story short is we have the shelter. Let's go ahead and... Let's make some pieces that are going to be fun. I believe we've already researched all the mods. Right, we have the inhibitor mod and the terrain analyzer. Let's make a few of these. Grab some of this sphalerite here and get some zinc smelting. We'll make some of these fun mods, and we'll just see how those go. Take the alignment mod off for now. Just sort of head over here. Try to get some soil filled up in our canister. There it is. It makes a little boo-doo noise when it's full, but it can be easy to miss if you're not listening for it. Again, take the drill mod off. Sort of wish there was a fast way to switch between mods. I suppose we don't really need the drill mod, though, unless we're going back underground, but the alignment mod is a tricky one to get used to. Sometimes you want it, and sometimes you don't. Right, and because it's building a plane that starts from where we started the tool, that's perpendicular to the core of the Earth, as we build out without letting off the button, we get misaligned off that perpendicular plane. So it's important to re-snap the tool down at various intervals to make sure that you're not running into that issue. And you can see here, this is what happens. You get to be this awkward sort of perpendicular state that's not really perpendicular, and it's sort of... It's not really flat, but it's pretty flat. It's pretty close. It's not true level. So then we'll just build this up, but then look at that. Then we're awkward from this point of view where we want this to be our baseline here, right? I mean, that's fairly good. Let's move our shuttle. I know we don't really want to do the shuttle carry, but I promise it won't be far. So we're just going to move it over here and sort of... Whoa. I didn't even know that was a thing. And the shuttle just be snapped to surfaces like that? That's kind of cool. Alright, let's put the launch pad kind of out here. Right? I think that is more than appropriate. Boom! And now we have a launch pad that is... it should be flat, but it looks a little not flat. I guess it's all about your perspective in a world where you can see the natural curvature of the world that you're on. Flat is all relative. We're not talking about, you know, grand sphere mathematics or anything. Let's get our shuttle moved over there. There we go. And there we are. Boom. Now we are on the landing pad, and we have our base, so now we can begin moving components over. Although admittedly it's not super important, it is something I would very much like to do. Now the real question is, if we disconnect this cable, can we just pick up the whole thing and move it? We can. So that means it's not so bad. Nope. And because this thing has an RTG on it, look, it's self-contained. How cool is that? So if we just put an RTG on something, I mean, heck, if we put an RTG in an oxygenator, that's a standalone base. This thing is going to run constantly no matter where it is. That's kind of neat. I like that. I don't know how valuable it is at this stage of the game, but I suppose that's just the nature of the beast. Boom, there we go. And let's see if you can plug into... nope, we need extenders. Good thing we brought some extenders, actually. We did. So we're going to measure very specifically how many RTGs it takes to open up the gateways on this planet. Calidor, I believe, if the Astropedia is in fact in order of difficulty, which I believe it to be, we have Silva, De Solo. Calidor would be the third up on the run of difficult planets, meaning it is not that difficult. Ugh, really? So close, yet so far. Far, far away. How about another one, please? Thank you. Alright, and survey says, boom. Okay, so one RTG gets us to be about there. That looks like we're going to need 4, actually. Now, an RTG puts out a little more than a medium solar panel at a constant rate. I believe the solar panel is 3 units, and the RTG ends up being 4. Pretty sure. Now, if we made a shelter, we really don't need the oxygenator. So one of the things we can do is we can put the oxygenator on our large rover when the time comes. Oh, that hurts me in a lot of ways. We could put the oxygenator on the large rover, but the large rover already provides oxygen, so really the only benefit to doing that would be the ability to tether off of it. Okay, so the second RTG brought us to about there. Let's, for science this, we're going to go one more RTG. 3. So close. So it's just more than what 3 RTGs can provide. But that's actually with the research item, research being used, which I bet if we turn this research off... We're in the 74 bytes a minute now. There's 900 remaining. I think we can afford to shut this off. There it is. So it looks like 3 RTGs is enough, so that's all we're going to need to have on our rover when the time comes. And one of the things we realized, or that I've discovered, I don't know if I've shared it with everyone yet, is that you needn't unlock all the gateways on the surface of the planet to unlock the core. So once we activate this gateway, we'll be able to go down and activate the core immediately after. And that is what we want to do. That way we have the ability to travel around. Oof, a lot of gateways on this planet. It looks like we are on this one. If my memory serves, this would be the North Pole, this would be the South Pole, so we're on the far side node of the planet. 3 RTGs was all that it took. I think we'll keep these extenders here. Where were we? I'm thinking... Let's go get the smelter. It has some ready-made zinc ready to go on it, with which we can make some of these neat mods here. Wish I could just pick it up and grab it with my hands. Boom. Crash. No, no. Don't do it. Don't get all weird on me. Don't make it weird. Don't make this weird. Just sing. Sing for us. Alright. We're moving into position here. Oops, that's incorrect. Try again. Try again. That's flat enough. I accept these terms. Okay. So we'll take some zinc. We don't really have cause for organic. Let's turn it into carbon. Some more zinc, and then from here... Wide, narrow mod, inhibitor mod, alignment mod, terrain analyzer. This one's going to be fun. And then from there we also want an inhibitor mod. If I'm not mistaken, let's find a spot to dock these that we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more base stations, as it were. I don't know if we need this large printer anymore, but we can't exactly shred it, so we are going to need this medium printer platform. So let's take this with us. Can't quite jump that high. That's okay. I'm going to be remiss if I don't get to use this terrain analyzer inhibitor on anything. Alright, let's see what this research item gives us. 720 over 13 minutes. That doesn't seem like a lot, but we'll let it go just to be going. Alright, I think we're going to start laying mods out here. Terrain analyzer. The inhibitor is a really interesting mod, though. So let's take a look. The inhibitor mod prevents us from harvesting up the ground, but it does harvest resources sticking out of the ground. So in case you want to harvest resources without deforming the terrain, you can actually do that very easily. Whoa! And get more resin than your inventory has room for. Wow. Kind of a neat little trick. Not exact... Oh, what? Look at this. Extender O2 filters. There's a research item we're going to want. Let's bring that back with us. I think it's safe to say we can nix this research. throw this research on there. Come on. Look at that, 1350 over 5 minutes. Much better. You get what you pay for sometimes, and then sometimes you get more than you paid for, and that's what I call a good deal. Not like that's unique to me. I think anybody would call getting more than you paid for a good deal, but I guess it depends on what it is. It's not the same as getting more than you bargained for. Enough of that. Let's bring over some more stations. Oh, why didn't I connect to this while we were there? That's okay. We'll bring the rover around at some point. Small printer, solar panel, small generator. The steel is important. Yeah, sure. The rest of this stuff, not so much. You could probably just lay out there that large printer. Not important at the moment. What is important is that we have some storage. We have like no storage over here. That's not really even, and the cord's all twisty. It's like a twisty straw. Ah, that's better. I do like that. That's much better. And we made another platform, just in case we didn't get enough the first time. I think the base will need to extend that way, or do we want to extend this way? I'm unsure at this time. I'll just lay the steel down. The generator can go here for now. Compound, which is good. This is looking rather well. I'm rather pleased with this. Just do a quick little game state save. And I think more than anything, we need to go gather up as much of this resin as we can carry to bring back with us to make some more medium storage. So let's do that. You know, after having said there wasn't a lot of scrap on this planet, now I'm seeing that it is in fact everywhere. Let's go ahead, we'll bring some of this scrap back with us. We'll make a shredder, chemistry station, atmospheric condenser, trade station. We're going to have to make all the trimmings of a proper base here. I'm not going to be able to get away with less than the best. And it starts with medium storage. So we'll just throw this resin down, process some more organic into carbon, make another one. Okay, first things first, if we're talking about getting resources we need, just to make sure we have everything we need, we should make the trade platform first, which is compound, tungsten, and iron. So we need a little bit of everything. I think we'll unpack these right over here. And then we're going to move, this RTG here and this oxygenator here. We don't even need the oxygenator. This thing can get packed up and brought with us. Actually, I like that. Let us do that. Well, we don't need to pack it up just yet. We can, that's fine. We can leave it there for now. We still don't know if we're going to take it with us when we make the rover train or not. But it will be nice to have the option. Okay, I know there is... Oh, that's titanium. Did we bring tungsten with us? Ooh, we did not. Because why? Let's say it together. Because wolframite is found on this planet. Which means we have to make a trip down into the bowels of the Earth. Okay. That's not that big of a deal, actually. In fact, one could say, I accept these terms. Okay, and now the soil centrifuge has its storage laid out. We have extra storage here, and this extra storage is going to be for our mods. Drill mod, terrain analyzer, alignment mod, inhibitor mod. And then beyond that, what we're going to need actually is maybe a little more resin, thinking. Look at all this resin over here. And another research item. Let's see how this one goes. I can't imagine these research items being all that great because we're finding them right here on the surface. But, I mean, I guess they're going to be better than silver, right? It starts low and then it goes high. That's how the organic ones work. I am relatively okay with that. Let's make quite a few canisters, and then the rest we're going to sort of leave here. Because I believe we have more canisters already made. Yes, we do. Alright, and in that way we should be able to get all of the things that we need. Now, compound. Let's get some tethers going. Please. Wow, so many items. Need to be able to select the item specifically you want to make. Alright. I'm just going to start attaching our tethers out this way. Because our cave is over in this direction. Alright, very good. No, 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 no. Oh, careful. This is where that steep angle will get you. Should have brought that drill mod 3. I can already tell it was a mistake to leave it behind. I should have remembered that the terrain was going to get worse. Alright, so from here we go. No batteries, no O2 tanks, we just go. There's lots of resin. Let's see if we can find some compound. Maybe. Potentially. I don't see any. That is an interesting little development. Right near our drop. I feel like the compound was everywhere when we were last here. It's never where you need it to be. Which is fine. So instead, I just needed a few more tethers to get down here. Alright, that's fine. So then we'll rejoin with our tethers. Oh, I guess we needed more than a few more, didn't we? Alright. Failed trip number 1. There is, however, a compound field not that far from our base. We already dried up all the compound over on this side of the gateway. Oh, that's so unacceptable. Do you see what I have to work with here? That's fine. Hope nobody's going to try and use those tethers while I'm gone. That would be bad. Alright, we can go ahead and grab... Oh, there's a stack of tethers here. And O2 filters. Well... Gar, all we really need is soil for our tanks. Okay. So instead we're going to go ahead and harvest this compound anyways, and just let it pile up on the ground behind us. There's 1 tank filled. There's 2. Now we bring this soil back. I mean, the main reason for this soil is to extend the base in a significant fashion. Is it worth keeping all 4 of it on us? I mean, we don't really need to. So we can just go back and forth this way for now. We might as well. The compound is already on the surface here. We're not giving up much to do it this way. We'll just keep piling it up here on the surface. Alright, and we filled up yet another tank with soil. That's probably enough to really get it started in the way that we want. Because now look, now we have all this compound and 2 more soil. I guess if we're not going to use these tethers, we can leave them behind. We'll get even more compound. Now, I know there's wolframite down on the 1 level because we found it. That was how we verified that that was near the core. But really, all we're going to need is an extensive tether network, and we should get down to the core just fine. And then in that way, we'll know what resource we need to try to get back up. Wow, that's actually a lot of compound. Oh no! Surprise, surprise, it's actually a little tricky to see without your light. Look at all this compound. Ooh. Okay, now that we have our soil, let's go ahead and... oh, another compound. We'll grab our alignment mod. And from here, we'll begin extending out the base. Well, that used a lot of power and almost all the soil. Almost. Look at that. All that smooth, flat expanse waiting for our industrialization. And this is where we will connect our trade facility. I'm guessing. Let's get another... I don't think we need much more soil for the time being. We'll get the next selection of medium platform B ready to go. Or large platform B, pardon me. Look at all this compound just laying in our way. Boy, it's a good thing they don't still have those gusty storms that they used to have in the early access version, or all of these goodies would just be blown all over the planet and we'd be chasing them down like dust in the wind. Like so much dust in the wind. Nothing but dust in the wind. Okay, so enough of that. Let us go ahead and... I think that's where we're going to wrap up episode 37 of Astroneer. We've done quite a bit, but we're going to have more to do in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, that's right, I've had a good time playing. Be sure to join us next time as we continue to expand across Calidor, although next time we'll likely be down into the underground subterranean area. But until next time, take care.